Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. And in this video, we got another Throne and Liberty video for you guys. So, in this video, I want to go ahead and talk about some of my, probably not some of my, but some of the best ways to farm for stuff in the game, whether it be components for upgrading or whether it be for weapons and stuff of that nature. So, I want to go ahead and show you guys the best way to do that and the most efficient way to do that. Real quick, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, you're a legend. Thank you for coming back and like the video for me. That'll be awesome. Anyways, guys, so let's go ahead and get straight into this. So the first place that you want to, every day or every time you get on, what you want to do is bang out as much as these contracts as you want to. Preferably the more the better. But you want to come to these contract managers in one of the locations of the map and do some of these contracts. Doing these contracts allow you to get important things like these rare papers, whatever. And these papers, what they're used is to make skill books, skill growth books, the things that you need to go ahead and upgrade your skills. To go ahead and upgrade these skills, you can use them to upgrade active skills and passive skills. They are very, very important, especially when it comes to progressing in the game. The game does give you a good amount already from just playing through the game, but once you get to a certain point, now you got to do this and grind for that. So what you want to do is bang out these contracts and go ahead and get some of these pages. What else you want to do is when you're doing these contracts is not only focusing on skills, but you want to be able to upgrade your armor. What you want to do is you want to go to these contract managers right here and go ahead and grab yourself some of these stones. Or they're called ores, but you want to go ahead and get yourself that. The yellow ones, these ones are particularly for armor. So you can farm out some of these yellow ones to go ahead and get yourself some armor upgrades. Let's say you're looking for accessories like your rings and belts and all that good stuff. You want to go ahead and grab the green ones. Now, let's see if we can get go ahead and get the weapon ones. All right, so here we go. The weapon ones are for the red ones. So you want to go ahead and grind out some of these contracts that give you these red ones to go ahead and upgrade your weapons. So you have yellow for armor, blue is for skills, because you need this for skills alongside those papers. Remember, you need both for the skills. And then you need the green for like accessories, rings and so forth. And I said yellow already, right? Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. And then red for weapons. I'm pretty sure I covered all of it. Yo, these guys talk a lot, not gonna lie. Let me turn this down a little bit for y'all. So yeah, there you go. And you want to really focus on getting those. And that's how you're gonna upgrade your armor and stuff like that, so that way you can be more competitive in the game, whether it be for just PvE or PvP. Now, there is another item that you want to farm as well. So let's see if we can find one of those. So real quick, there's two locations that I personally like doing my contracts at. And one is at Watcher's Post. You want to come here to the Watcher's Post up here in the top left. This is one of my favorite places to do contracts at. They're level 50 contracts. They give you some pretty good amount of items or rewards or whatever per contract. And then my other favorite place to go is the Pure Light Tower. So let's go ahead and move to the Pure Light Tower and look at some contracts there. Now, there are bags that you can get in your contracts. Look at it isn't loaded in all the way. Quality's looking actually buns right now. There we go. So there are bags that you can get. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some of these bags. Now, when you're looking at these contracts, one thing real quick before we look for these bags, you'll see a number. So this is a 1, this one's a 2, this one's a 3. Obviously, the higher the number will give you the more rewards. This one you see is giving us 10 ores for our armor crafting. So we're going to go ahead and accept that bad boy. I don't know if we're going to get lucky or not and get the bag that I want to show you guys. I'm getting held, not even gonna lie. Dang, I really want these armor ones. Ah, we're not getting any of the bags. Okay, so let me see if I got one in my inventory, please. I do not. Okay, so there's these little bags that you're gonna get, right? So if we look at, you see these, you see this bag right here? Now this is a different contract, and we're gonna go over this in just a second. But while you're doing these standard contracts from the contract merchant people, there will be one of these bags. It's not gonna look exactly like this one. It'll be a different color, but you can do those bags. You can do that contract and get a bag. And once you open the bag, super, super important, because that's what's gonna go into this next farming method. You're gonna get what I just looked at right here. These, let's go to consumables. So these contract scrolls. These contract scrolls are arguably the best way to farm in the game, right? So you'll get these contract scrolls from doing the bag from the contract manager. So every time you get a, one second, this guy's yapping. My boy's talking mad loud. Let's go ahead and move real quick. My dude, like, I'm trying to make a video. My guy, relax. All right. So the contract managers will give you a contract bag if you're lucky. Which, I mean, I've gotten a few of them, and they will help also give you these scrolls. So every time you see that contract bag, the bag inside of those contracts, make sure you get it, do that contract, open up that bag, and it'll give you some scrolls. Every time I've opened a bag from the contract manager, I've gotten some of these scrolls, these contract scrolls. So that leads us into the second portion of the farming, the contract scrolls. These contract scrolls are absolutely amazing. Now, there's a couple reasons why. So let's go ahead and just look at, this. So, if you look at these contracts, they're different locations, so you'll know which location you need to go to do these, particularly dungeons. They're little open world dungeons you can do. Just know if you do them at the end game when it's nighttime, it's PvP area. And if you do it in the daytime, it's PvE, so you don't have to worry about getting clapped. There's also certain dungeons have certain requirements to activate. There's one dungeon where it needs to be raining. So currently in game for me right now, it's raining, so that dungeon will be active. So you can do that one. There's another dungeon where it's only available with the contracts during the day. So if you go in there during the night, you can't use the contracts because it's not active at that time. So there's certain stipulations depending on the contract's dungeon, but you'll get that figured out. My bad. So let's talk about why these scrolls are really great. So you get yourself some material, and you also get these Abyss currencies. These Abyss currencies are really good because you can use these to turn in to get purple items. So you can go to one of these locations on the map. Let me show you. Go down to, where is this place called? Stoneguard Castle. You can go to Stoneguard Castle to one of these purple vendors, trade in said amount of those Abyssal Contract coins, and you will go ahead and get, oh yeah, the Abyssal Contract coins. So you go ahead and get some of these, turn them in. It's like you can use like 40 of these. So once you complete like 40 of these, you'll get 40 of them. You can go trade them in for a chest. In those chests, you can get whatever particular item you want out of that chest, whether it be you're looking for a particular armor piece, a particular weapon, yada, yada, yada. There's limitations to what you can get, but you can go ahead and get that. So bang out 40 of these bad boys. Now you can go get a purple item. Not only that, you get these bags. And these bags have a chance to give you one of the items in said bag. So if we look, it says plus 10 items down here. Now, some of these items will be like upgrade materials and yada yada and so forth, some other blue items, but you can also have a chance to get some of these purple items that are in here. There's a chance, obviously. Now, not only that, while you're in this particular dungeon, you also have a chance of getting this from killing enemies. Now, if you don't believe me, I promise you, you can. So I got this yesterday. This little wand from killing an enemy. It's a really low chance, but I got it. Now, I'm not really, yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm not using the wand right now, right? But you can get it. you have a chance while you're just in there to get this, to get some of the purple items and just get other drops. Now, um, what's cool about doing these contract dungeons as well is you'll get a lot of, not a lot, but you'll get some good drops in there. You can get weapon drops, armor drops, as you see. You got a lot of these blue and stuff like that. One of the cool things is if you look at this dual blades, well, these daggers that I have, you'll see that I have, if you, I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see. Let's go ahead and, let me see if I can show you. Where is these bad boys? Right here. Okay, so I got these, right? And I got 3 of them, I think, or 4. I got a lot of these, I'm not gonna lie. Just stack up a bunch of these, and then you can go to your equipment enhancing and fuse the traits together. So as you see, I've gotten a good amount of them. So as you see, our trait for cooldown speed, 2 out of 3. So they're pretty cool. And then our trait for hit chance is 3 out of 3. Because I've gotten multiple of these, so I was able to just fuse in them together to, increase the stats of this particular weapon. So let's say you don't have any purples, or you got a purple, but the stats aren't that great. You're not really, your trait list and stuff like that. You might be better off using a blue weapon, max level, with full traits than you will a purple weapon with no traits. So, this one has 60 hit chance. This one has cooldown speed. I don't really know how I feel about cooldown speed or something like that. I don't really use daggers currently. I am considering using it, so I'll probably go to the dungeon where this drops at and probably try to max this one out and incorporate it into my build. The only thing that is required while you're in the dungeon is, if you see on the top right over here, I'm hovering over it, it says Abyssal Contract Tokens. You need Abyssal Contract Tokens to get loot while you're in there from killing the enemies. So make sure you have a good amount of Abyssal Contract Tokens depending on how long you want to be in there. Yeah. And the way you can get Abyssal Contract Tokens is either from your inventory. You'll see I got some down here. I got 89 of these bad boys. You could just consume some of those. You get 100 apiece. Or, let me show you. 1 second. How you doing? You can get Abyssal Contract Tokens from doing contracts as well. So while you're farming to get, let's say you're trying to get, armor stuff, or you're trying to get weapon stuff, or you're trying to, get skill stuff, or you just need some of these particular material resources or something like that, you also will get some Abyssal Contract Token points. So you'll double stack while you're farming these basic contracts from the contract merchant or manager. Then you go ahead and if you got any of these scrolls, pop some of them bad boys open. Obviously, try to crank open the same one from whatever dungeon that you need, and do that. Now, if you want to know what dungeon it is, just read the scroll. We'll zoom in when I do the editing. It says Silius's Abyss. I don't know if I said that word right, but whatever. That's the dungeon you want to do. This one says Shadowed Crypt. That's the dungeon you want to go to. This one says Sanctum of Desire. That's the dungeon you want to go to. This one is the Sword Island. That's the one you want to go to. There's also another one that you can get, which takes you, if you go to Secret Dungeon right here, the Tables Tower, whatever. Now, these are the little arena thing where you do like your little 1v1 or something like that. These ones in particular don't give you any bags. These ones don't give you any loot drops, like weapons and gear. This one only gives you upgrade materials, those ores, those red, blue, yellow, or whatever, green ores. So you can do that to get some ores. So every time you see them, the Tables Tower contracts, crack them bad boys open, come in here, work these dudes, and get yourself some upgrade materials, which is really good, especially whatever, if you want to have multiple different weapons and kind of dynamic build, or multiple different builds for depending on what you want to do, right? So, or you just want to completely max your one build out. Definitely farm them ores. So that's the other best farming location that you can do, which is contract scrolls. Another farming location which isn't the most optimal and definitely takes a lot longer, and the amount of loot is a lot lower, is dungeons, co-op dungeons, fighting these dimensional circle bosses. The reason why these take a little bit longer, unless you have a pre-made team, these ones take a little bit longer because not everybody is all that great at doing the mechanics of the boss. So sometimes, you know, you're wiping 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it might take like 20 minutes to do one dungeon, but you can still do it. Like, obviously, I ran it a few times. I'm a greatsword main, so obviously I have both of these greatswords. I have this helmet. You know, I've ran this Butcher's Canyon dungeon quite a few times, but I've only been able to get this greatsword 2 times and this greatsword 1 time. I'm trying to get more of this particular greatsword, but it's rough. The drops are annoying. You also get 500 Abyssal Contract token points, so it's not all bad to do these. Like, obviously, you'll get some loot, you'll get some of these ores and stuff. It just takes a little longer to do it. So you can do co-op dungeon, but this is not the best way to farm, or the most optimal way to farm, that is. Now, another farm that you can do, which now we're at the point where I'm just showing you some other farmings, and these are like AFK farming. This one in particular is your Amido, your pet, whatever the little floating thing is, the little pet dude down here. They have their own expeditions. So we have ours, and they're ready, and they're done, ready for me to collect. So let's go ahead and collect it. So once you fast travel here, because you're ready, you want to go right to here, this little spot right here, and there you go. You can send your little pets out on an expedition, and they'll get you various rewards. As you see, we got 82 of these Abyssal Contract token points. So there's a variety of ways to get Abyssal Contract token points, allowing you to spend a good amount of time in these dungeons, which in my personal opinion, them dungeons are the best way to farm. So as you see, we got 82 of those. It's only 10 a piece, so we only got 820 Abyssal Contract tokens, but that's free points, so I'm not complaining. You also get some rewards here. And obviously, if you get this bag here, as you see, the bag can give you some upgrade materials, which is nice. So you collect this, you get some rations, some stuff like that. You get some materials and all that. So let's claim the reward and see what we got. So this is all we got here. We got held. We didn't get the bag. Then you go ahead and, you can either do a stronghold, which the loot shows on the right side. Now this is just passive. Honestly, I haven't really used this material at all currently, but it's still good to stack them up. You know what I mean? So just send them out. And I always send mine out for 8 hours. Just send them out. Next time you get on, collect it, send them out again. Passive loot and stuff like that. So do these little expedition things. Now, the final farming location, which I personally hate doing, is world events, scheduled events. So as you see right here, we got scheduled events that you can do. And each event will give you some loot. As you can see, your placement determines the quality of loot that you get. But to be real, it's kind of hard to place high, at least for me. Unless you're an absolute sweat lord with, a team and you guys go in there and just steamroll, it's rough. So there's PvE specific events, and then there's PvP specific events. Now, it's not PvP per se, it's PvEVP. So let's say like this. You got to go clap this boss, and you can get some pretty nice loot. But you're fighting against a crap ton of people. And typically, larger guilds will get together. They would go there, and they're going to just dominate the spot and kill everybody else that comes. So that way they can kill the boss, and somebody can get the drop. So it's a little bit rough doing these. But if you can sneak the kill and possibly get the loot, then you're one lucky mofo. But if not, you're just going to get worked up by like 700 people at once, and it's going to be frustrating. But no matter what, you will always get some loot. So just from contributing to these events, let's say this PvP one, although it might be mad annoying, still participate. If you see I'm gonna zoom in on the editing, but you see the little special resistance medals, those little eagle things. Every event, try to participate so you can at least get that. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, and some of the PvEs, performance awards, you can get these little eagle things and stuff like that. The reason why I say participate in that is for one particular reason. So we're gonna go ahead and go down to the Stone Guard Castle real quick, and I'm gonna show you why you want to participate and get some of those medals. So you want to get these so you can make these lithographs. So that way you can make one of these said armor pieces and stuff like that. So as you see, you need 40 of them to make one armor piece. So that's a lot of grinding, right? That's a lot of events you got to do. So it does take some time, but you can passively acquire them over time and get whatever armor piece you want, as long as you have the required material outside of the lithograph. So you can't do those anyways just to get them. It's a little bit frustrating, but still, you know, do that and get what you need. Now, you can also remember those abyss currencies that you can do by completing contracts, the contract scrolls, that is. You can get some of these weapons. As you see right here, you can get 40 of these bad boys and get this chest. And the awesome thing about these chests is you get to select what you want. You don't have to get a random one. So you can select what you want by turning in 40 of these bad boys, and you can get this. So let's say you want this greatsword right here, or let's say you want this bow or this chest piece or something like that. You can use these to go ahead and get that. And let's say you got the chest piece, but you want to get multiple, so you can go ahead and upgrade it via enhancement and stuff like that. Grind out some contracts, get multiples of them, upgrade some of the traits on there, add more traits on there, all that good stuff to make your character a lot stronger. Oh, I guess my bad. I almost forgot. Um, one last farm that you can do, but this one's on a weekly rotation. This one's pretty cool because you get to kind of select what you want out of the options that they give you, but there's a good amount of options. So go to your weekly missions. This guy, ruining. Anyways, so you go to the weekly missions right here. So go to weekly missions tab, and it's going to give you some missions that you can do, and these are on a weekly rotation. As you see, this particular, for me right now, as I'm recording this video, 2 days and 16 hours, and it ends. Now, what this does is, once you do all of these weekly missions, as you see, the ones that are finished with a check mark, like if you see last week, I completed almost all of them. I just missed 2 of them. So what you can do is, you can unlock each one that you completed. So I see this one wasn't unlocked because I didn't complete that, and neither was this one. I was so close to this one. But you can unlock all of these, and you have the option to pick what you want from these. As you see, some pretty decent, actually not pretty good loot here. And I should have went for this, but so do all your weekly missions, unlock all of these at the end of whatever the time is, and you'll get an option. Now, let's say you don't want any of these. You can get the ore option, which is at the bottom. I'll zoom in on the video so you guys can see, but this ore option. Now, you get these trait unlock stone things. And now these are actually amazing, and I wish I would have went for that instead, because let's say I want to unlock an extra trait on this weapon. Well, if I want to unlock an extra trait, I need 100 of these on my greatsword to unlock an extra trait, and I can select what trait I want. So, hey, you know what I mean? If the loot ain't busting for you on that weekly mission stuff, then go ahead and get that ore option, and it's a win-win either way. So, yeah, that's the final one. So, yeah. That's all the farming that I know of in the game. If I miss anything, let me know in the comment section. And if you think I covered everything, that'll be awesome if you like the video. And subscribe to the channel. But yeah, guys. So if you want to maximize and optimize your time while playing, go ahead and do those particular farming locations and all that good stuff. I hope I helped you guys learn a little bit of something. I hope I helped you guys optimize your farm a little bit better, and helped you understand maybe something here and there. And yeah, if you guys like the video, please like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and that's it for me. Until next time.